the mention of the popular slogan, "The best things in life are free," nature itself readily comes to mind. This is evident in the unquantifiable species of plants that abound on the surface of Mother Earth.
WHO decided to do a research sometimes 33 years ago into the use of various types of medicines in various locations of the various continents of the world to find out what do people use most because of the inaccessibility of the synthetic drugs. You can recall that most of these drugs started from herbal medicine, or from plants, so to say. Periwinkle, it could be from water-related animals, like the coming of the first set of anti-cancer drugs, vincristine, vinblastine, they came from periwinkle. Aspirin from cinchona, which is the bark of a tree, cinchona alkaloid. I can keep on mentioning them on and on. That shows that the first medicines came from plants. But the need to mass produce them led to their structures being carefully studied in chemistry. And in an attempt to mass produce them, we have the various side effects that we now have with synthetic drugs. And that is the major drawbacks now that have made us to go into massive research in other areas. And when WHO did this research 3 years ago, WHO came out with a resolution that these herbal medicines, which they found, over 80% of the various continents use them for their various treatment. So they now advise the various countries of the world to go back to their folklore medicines, evaluate the historical backgrounds of most of the things that have been used by the various community, subject them to toxicity testing, that is to see to the level of their safety levels, and then have their stability done, if they are stable enough to be formulated into drugs. And a general guideline was issued to all countries of the world that these products be used. Well, you know, with us in Nigeria, we're always slow at grasping this, and with the various dichotomy between various professional groups, thinking, well, it's synthetic one, they will prefer to the other one. However, in my venturing into phytomedicine, I've come to discover that these medicines, which come by way of as food supplements or as herbal supplements, are equally as effective as the synthetic drugs.
Against this background, the more traditional or herbal medicine practitioners and researchers like Dr Ben Amodu, a 1980 pharmacy graduate of the famous Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, who uses the knowledge to make a difference in reducing Africa's disease burden. Under the name Halamin Herbal Products, a subsidiary of Halamin Chemicals Nigeria Limited, welcome to the world of Ben Amodu's Halamin Herbal Products.
My lead drug or herbal products or supplement is called SAB. When SAB was discovered in its liquid form, it was subjected to a number of tests. One of such tests was anti-pyretic test to show if it brings down temperature, pain, and what have you. Analgesic, antibiotic, anti-diarrhea test. And it is a combination of so many products, different food items. One of them is Saccharium officinarum, which is our male sugarcane. It also contains Aloe barbadense, which is aloe vera from the family of Schizopodia, the Alepho family. We have Bennonia magdalena, which is our common bitter leaf, and Alum sativum, which is garlic. And in various books, medical books, biological books, you have records of these classes of food exhibiting various effects, including even the use of garlic by the Russian people during their war. in treatment and as an antibiotic. In fact, it was called penicillin, that it had penicillin-like activity. And as I speak with you, some cultures use this in their various treatment. If you go to aloe barbadense, which is aloe vera, it's documented its use in HIV and what have you. So it will not be far-reaching there. Therefore, if I have been able to systematically combine these various products that could elicit anti-HIV property by stopping diarrhea, by having antibiotic property, by being anti-infective, by having immune boosting property, because we know that garlic has a lot of immune boosting property, spinach has a lot of immune boosting property, aloe barbadense, all of them have immune boosting property. So it shouldn't be surprising if now this particular product of mine is able to be used in pain relieving, is able to be used in diarrhea issues, is able to be used in HIV/AIDS infection. As a matter of fact, as I speak with you, Professor Cross in the London School of Tropical Medicine.
In my department, I happen to be in charge of the stability unit, and I'm aware that some of the products from that company came for stability profiling, and we did them, and we submitted the results. I submitted the results to my director, and my director gave out the result to the director of Halamin Chemicals. And Halamin called us to tell us he was happy with us, that because NAFDAC carried out their own investigations based on the report we gave him and enlisted them and gave them registration numbers. And I don't think NAFDAC will approve anybody's medicine for consumption if they didn't do their own homework. And in terms of safety, which you were asking to, my department is not responsible for that. The Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology is responsible for that. I also know, because we have a team that work on all of this, I also know that safety studies were done in that department and reports were given to Halamin. I'm sure that company have reports from this institute to show that those products which they submitted to us are safe for human consumption. I'm also sure that they have the reports that those products which they submitted to us are highly stable and therefore can go to market for consumption, which was what NAFDAC do.
We have assessed these products for safety. They are made from natural products, plant materials, botanical supplements, they can be called, and then we used mammals which share a lot of similarities, physiological and pharmacological similarities with humans for the assessment. We used rats and we used mice for the studies that we did for Halamin Chemicals Nigeria Limited. And for these 6 preparations that they brought, we found out they are acutely safe for use in humans. And we also need to know that these are natural products, that's plant medicines that have been used in Nigerian communities for
I think we are seeing a lot of excitement, and the hope is that we can sustain this activity now by mobilizing additional resources, and really we are hoping that in the coming 2 or 3 years we can already have a product in the market.
If you back traditional knowledge with scientific evidence, Africa will sell. These products will sell even to non-African countries. That's the missing link, and this is what has happened in the case of Amodu's product. We and other centers have provided specific studies that has provided evidence that it could be a worthwhile product.
It's quite commendable that more than half of those who presented so far are Nigerians, and not only Nigerian but are good researchers, because all the papers which were presented so far are commendable. All of the papers which were presented, particularly on one which is a product which is already in market, a natural product,
refers to as SAPMAP, which is good for anti-malaria, stress, so many other diseases, which is very good. And when you look at that drug, he has already conducted what we call toxicity studies. That means to determine the safety of the drug, as well as efficacy studies to determine the efficacy of the drug. These are with what is on ground. That means with parametamine and chloroquine, which is still in use in the treatment of malaria. So it's quite commendable. From the point of legislation or National Assembly, I think we are fully ready, because we said it is no longer business as usual. We have our agenda, and we are definitely ready to assist with either legislation or any kind of assistance which will promote herbal drug development, as well as research in Nigerian universities, research institutes, as well as private laboratory like that of Mr. Amodu, as well as research institute like NAPRIT.
Expectation is that out of Nigeria, abundant natural resources which has not been tapped in terms of international opportunities. We have a product which we locally developed using our Center of Excellence, the Nigeria Institute of Pharmaceutical Research and Development, and that has caught the eye of an international organization like a WHO, because Andy is an agent of WHO. And to that extent, I'm very happy, and the expectation is that my product could be selected for any of the trials, be it a clinical trial, be it for manufacturing purposes or whatever. I am very, very happy.
I must say that, discovering any medicine is not easy. By industry standards, this takes many years, it takes millions of dollars. But I do think that based on some of the low-hanging fruit that we already have in Africa, we can develop drugs that meets the highest possible standards for.
It's BD 1 morning, 1 evening for 1 week, and it confers immunity for you for 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, you use it again, BD, it gives you another 3 months. That means you use it 3 times in a year. 3 or 4 times in a year. You divide 4 times in a year. And I intend to, it's packed by 60, and I intend to sell it for maybe 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira, and it covers the whole of the year. And in terms of cost, I think it's quite cost effective. If you're on this material, mosquito bites you, the mosquito will not be able to have effect to give you malaria. So the lost man hour of you're going to hospital, getting injections and all that will not arise. Our herbs, which is very effective in controlling BP. A lot of my patients are listening to this interview, and they have bought them. They are quite effective. You don't need to use it along with diuretic, which makes you to urinate. A diuretic, because my own product, the herbs, is the diuretic in itself. It makes you to pee a lot. It brings down the BP. It reduces your cholesterol level, and at the same time, it reduces your palpitation. Some people, when their heart beats, as if it's dropping. So it calms all that, and it can be used alone instead of Aldomet, or some people use nifedipine, Novask, 3 combinations and all that. This one is 1 in 1, and it's quite effective. You only use SAB alone just because once you have high BP or you have diabetics, usually you have low libido as a result of the synthetic drugs that you are using. Your libido is flattened, 0. You may have heart issues, you may have eye issues, whereas my herbs reverses all that within a week of use. My DAPS for diabetics reverses the 3 symptoms, and if you use the 3 together for prostate cancer or cancer of any system, it also reverses these 3 issues within a week of use. And for 60 capsules to cost 4,000, when you compare it with Nova's 10, it's about be it 5 milligram or 10 milligram, is about 2,000 to 3,000 naira, and you only use it for 1 week or 5 days. And this one, you use it for a whole month. I think cost-wise, this is accessible. If you bear in mind, We have to import our capsules from India. We have to import our machines and all that. The cost from the beginning is a little bit high, but with time we intend to come down when we must produce these items. On a final note, I want to remove issues of doubting Thomases with respect to herbal. We are in the era of herbal medicines, either we like it or not. It has come to stay, and that is why probably a whole WHO could form ANDI. That is a body that is researching into discovering new drugs and diagnostic products for registration. Who can discover my own anti-malaria and then sponsor me to a United Nations occasion in Ethiopia to present it? So let many people who have doubting minds about the use of herbal medicines, it is not based on incantation. Mine has been proved clearly that carrots and what have you, they have a lot of vitamins, vitamin A, which is it boosts immunity. It is a strong antioxidants. It is a strong anti-inflammatory. Vitamin E, glycosides, tannins, saponins, all these things that have been documented in various literatures about these various food items that are working, that we have been able to combine them in various forms to be able to get various products. They are all working, and as I speak with you, I'm in touch with where malaria parasite was first discovered in England. My products are there. They are online with me. They are trying to collaborate with me. And England, they have sent to us papers to register these products in England for the use of the European community. But for people that would like to reach out to me, I am on 080-37-899-735. I repeat, 080-37-899-735.
I heard that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you.